Elon Musk continues using his son as a shield, a controversial pattern of behavior. Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur and CEO of companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and X, formerly Twitter, is no stranger to controversy. From his polarizing tweets to his unconventional management style, Musk has consistently made headlines for his actions both in and out at the boardroom. However, one of the more troubling aspects of his public persona is his repeated use of his children, particularly his son X, often referred to as X, as a shield to deflect criticism or justify his behavior. This pattern has sparked debates about the ethics of involving children in public disputes and the broader implications for Musk's legacy. The incident that sparked the conversation. The latest instance of Musk using his son as a shield occurred during a high-profile interview in late 2023. When questioned about allegations of workplace misconduct at one of his companies, Musk abruptly shifted the conversation to his son, X. He claimed that the stress of being a single father and raising his child was taking a toll on him, implying that this personal struggle should excuse or explain his professional conduct. This tactic, while not new for Musk, raised eyebrows for its emotional manipulation and deflection of accountability. Critics argue that Musk's use of his son in this context is inappropriate, as it places an undue burden on a child who has no say in the matter. Moreover, it detracts from the seriousness of the allegations being discussed, reframing the narrative around Musk's personal life rather than addressing the issues at hand. A pattern of behavior. This is not the first time Musk has invoked his children to deflect criticism or garner sympathy. Over the years, he has frequently referenced his role as a father in interviews, social media posts, and public appearances. For example, Twitter acquisition backlash. During the fallout from his controversial acquisition of Twitter, now X, Musk tweeted about the challenges of balancing his responsibilities as a CEO and a father. While many empathized with the difficulties of parenthood, others saw this as an attempt to humanize himself amid widespread criticism of his leadership decisions. COVID-19 controversy. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Musk faced backlash for downplaying the severity of the virus and defying public health guidelines. In response, he shared personal anecdotes about his children's health, suggesting that his perspective was shaped by his experiences as a parent. Critics argued that this was a diversionary tactic to avoid addressing the public health implications of his statements. Custody battles. Musk's custody disputes with his ex-partner, musician Grimes, have also played out in the public eye. He has used social media to express his frustrations, often framing the legal battles as a fight for his children's well-being. While custody disputes are inherently personal, Musk's decision to air them publicly has drawn criticism for exposing his children to unnecessary scrutiny. The ethical implications. Musk's tendency to use his son as a shield raises important ethical questions. Children, especially those of public figures, are inherently vulnerable and deserve privacy and protection from the pressures of public life. By involving his son in his public disputes, Musk risks exploiting his child's innocence for personal gain, a practice that many find deeply troubling. Moreover, this behavior undermines the seriousness of the issues being discussed. Whether it's workplace misconduct, public health controversies, or corporate governance, Musk's deflection tactics shift the focus away from accountability and toward his personal narrative. This not only diminishes the credibility of his responses, but also sets a concerning precedent for how public figures address criticism. The broader context, celebrity culture, and parental exploitation. Musk's actions are part of a broader trend in celebrity culture, where public figures often use their children to humanize themselves or deflect criticism. From social media influencers sharing intimate details of their children's lives to politicians invoking their families in campaign speeches, the line between personal and public life has become increasingly blurred. However, Musk's case is particularly notable given his immense influence and the global impact of his companies. As one of the most powerful individuals in the world, his actions carry significant weight and set an example for others. By using his son as a shield, Musk risks normalizing a practice that prioritizes personal image over accountability and ethical responsibility. The impact on Musk's legacy. While Elon Musk's contributions to technology and innovation are undeniable, his legacy is increasingly defined by his controversial behavior. His use of his son as a shield is just one example of a pattern that includes erotic tweets, public feuds, and questionable business practices. Over time, these actions risk overshadowing his achievements and eroding public trust. For Musk to preserve his legacy, he must address the criticisms head-on rather than deflecting them. This means taking responsibility for his actions, prioritizing transparency, and respecting the privacy of his children. By doing so, he can demonstrate the leadership and integrity that his supporters expect and his critics demand. Conclusion: a call for accountability. Elon Musk's repeated use of his son as a shield is a troubling pattern that highlights the ethical complexities of celebrity culture and public accountability. While parenthood is undoubtedly challenging, it should not be used as a tool to deflect criticism or justify questionable behavior. As Musk continues to navigate the pressures of his professional and personal life, he must recognize the importance of accountability and the need to protect his children from the spotlight. In the end, true leadership requires not only innovation and vision, but also integrity and responsibility. By addressing these issues with honesty and transparency, Musk can set a positive example for future generations and ensure that his legacy is defined by more than just controversy,